time since we've had that.
Did you tell them that it wasn't live? I thought we were just gonna pretend we were live.
Oh, for the other ones?
Yeah.
I didn't put them on Twitch.
Oh.
I just put them up on
damn.
YouTube.
Okay. Well, we're back.
I go into everything like thinking I'm going to do a lot, and then I really don't.
It's okay.
I think a lot of us are like that. Anyways, here we are. We're back. You're back from your vacation. How was your vacation?
Was good. Got to see my family. It's been a hot minute.
I know, huh?
I usually visit them like once a year, something like that. It's kind of hard to visit them more when you're on the other side of the world.
Oh, for sure.
Even if it was free, I don't think I would do it that much just because like 14 hours of flying plus. My flight was actually 23 because I went cheapo and I had 3 layovers.
Damn. To get to Toronto, you had 3 layovers? It's not even hard to get a direct.
I know. It was sad because we went one way and then we went this way again and then we went back. You know what I mean? Like I went from Toronto to Chicago and then I went to Beijing. And if you know where Toronto is and Chicago is, it's just like...
Right? It's just directly south.
Yeah. So I went south and then north because you fly over top of...
Yeah, and then connections through China are awful.
Yeah, it wasn't great. But
never like connected. Like,
the Chicago one was actually pretty good. I was a little bit worried because it was only an hour layover, but you don't even have to go through security. Because you do security in Toronto for the U.S.
Oh.
Like Canada's pre-clearance... Or like, we do customs on the Canadian side.
Yeah.
So when we fly and land in, it's domestic already. So I don't have to go through the customs again.
Nice.
It was quite nice.
That's good, at least.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, welcome back.
Thanks.
Glad that you're here.
I'm glad I'm here, too.
Yeah. Yeah, this is... I'm excited to finally start looking at some StarCraft 2 games again. While you were gone, I just kind of went ham on Brood War.
Yeah.
Just playing some tournaments and stuff, so... Excited to see some of this new meta stuff that's going on that I haven't seen yet. Today, we're going to be looking at some Astrea games.
Yeah, so we didn't really have much. We wanted to do Parting, but obviously Parting qualified, didn't really want to share too much information on himself. So I asked Astrea, and he was fine with it. And he had some pretty good games against some pretty good opponents.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of the brackets and what we're going to be looking at here today. Okay, so we have Astrea versus Rogue. Rogue, obviously, one of the very strongest Zergs out there right now. In fact, even qualified.
Winning the tournament.
Yeah, this is an IEM Katowice qualifier. So he had like a sick run, and it looks like Astrea put up quite a fight there. Of course, just one map off Rogue wouldn't be enough for us to look at this. So we also have the ESL Open Cup number 2, where Astrea actually got second place here to Solar, who's in ridiculous shape and has been for a while now. Yeah, he's been looking very, very strong lately. So a 2-3 loss there.
Yeah. So if we put those together, it's like 3-3 or something, or 3-4.
He's got 3 wins and 5 map losses against Rogue and Solar, and that's
good enough.
That is really good, especially considering how much people are still complaining about the matchup. Because Solar and Rogue are absolutely up at the top. So this is going to be fun. I'm excited.
Yeah. I did get to sneak peek one of them, and it's not like a cannon rush into like giggles and memes. They're actually pretty sick games. And it spawned a little bit of an idea that if we were able to remove this name from the replay, I would guarantee you that our hosts would think it was stats. I thought it was stats.
You guarantee me.
Guarantee it.
You guarantee
And when
it.
you see it, you're going to say, damn, this is stats.
Okay, we'll see about that.
How's he on Astrea's account? That's what you're going to be like, well, this doesn't make any sense.
Well, maybe they cheated.
Though I haven't seen the Rogue replay, so if he just like loses everything for free here, I'm not talking about this replay. I'm talking about the stats replay I saw.
Okay.
Or look at that.
Yeah, the Solar replay.
The Solar replay. I meant to say that. But
did you like your observer mouse? I know that you...
Sure. You don't like
You're
observing?
a much better observer. Well, when I start to observe, you take it away pretty quickly. People don't like my observing. I'm excited though. I want to see how he's playing. We actually did an episode on Astrea a few months ago where he had some great PvZs. Yeah, thank you, Astrea. But
I also think he's really underrated and has so much potential.
He was playing really well, and he was playing slightly off-brand before some Colossus-based play.
Yeah, he plays styles that I think he conceives as strong, which is really cool. Like when we were talking earlier, his style he conceived as strong and based it off of stats, which is like a very good thing to do. He's not just like copying stats directly. It's like he's opening with stats and then playing into stuff he feels is strong, which is, I think, like how you get in front of a meta, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Like the thing is, it's good to copy people and get strong at very stock standard things, but you'll never be the best like that. You won't be a tournament champion. So when you get to a certain level, you really do need to play your own game, and I think that that's very important.
Right. I agree. So, what do we got?
So Depth Stargate opener. Looks like he's grabbing a stalker.
I like the positioning. I mean, there's not much like sneaky stuff you can do with this. Like, it's pretty obvious it's a Stargate usually, because that's what everybody opens, unless it's changed in like the last little bit. I'll be surprised if Rogue doesn't just have spores ready. Yeah, spore on the way.
Yeah, you'd expect.
Did he even see it? I mean, like, you don't even need to see it anymore. Just, yeah, he didn't even see it, but he's still getting spores.
Yeah.
So, everything's pretty standard. Does it feel like the sound is, like, really loud for us and very low for game?
For in-game?
Yeah.
Yeah, the in-game's pretty low. I can turn it up a little bit.
You mean I can turn it up a little bit?
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa, too loud.
What is it, like, maxed on the system?
Jeez Louise.
Okay, we'll go with 20%.
Calm down, will you?
Who plays with 4% StarCraft sounds?
Dude, I don't know. I'm trying to fix the sound issues that people have been complaining about. I am the worst at everything, though.
Where were these queens? Where were they? Were they just, like, creeping over here? He was, you know what that was? He was hoping they'd fly in like this. Nobody does that, though.
The thing is, he has a lot of cover in the center, too, so it would be a very weird angle that they would come in from.
Especially with creep there.
So good third Nexus timing. Everything looking strong. Here, let's slow down a little bit. Yeah, okay, the Lings just run through. Nothing really happening.
This is really strong positioning. Like, a lot of the time when I play, I'll make a decent amount of Lings, safety Lings, and then use them aggressively. And this is like a very normal thing for Zerg players. This is what this is. I'll make way more because I'm no regret, but most people make some form of like a pressure Ling thing. They can use it to scout, they can use it to defend, they can use it to aggress. This is not breakable. Like, even if I had 5 Banelings here, it's not great. Like, there's a shield battery finishing, there's a force field here, the Banes are going to have to go around. Like, this is just very comfortable, especially with the Oracles. Pretty standard, but just wanted to outline the fact that this is a very strong defensive position that's not very, like, costly. Like, these are very minimal surface area here. You can add on buildings here later on. This is just like optimal, I think, if you're a Protoss player and you want to learn out how to properly defend your third base. This is a very optimal setup.
Yeah, the two Adepts staying there and everything.
See, like, this positioning is really good. You're forcing a Zerg player to kind of attack in one position, and their run-bys are a little bit worse off.
And he's got the knee robos there, too, so he doesn't have to screw with his wall in. I really do appreciate that play.
I like double robo. Double robo does feel like this kind of fell out of meta a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think it did for a little bit, but interesting to see it here and with this exact time. It
just the real
feels like the robo is just slightly later than we normally see, but he's got 2, so I guess it's all right.
Look at that Hydralisk position. So he sees a Roach Warren. Usually when you're going double robo, you feel really good about that. But how many gases is it? It's 6 gases. 6 gases is way too much for just Roaches. So your assumptions are either a Stargate, like double Stargate, or using your Stargate, utilizing it for something, or double robo, I guess. But
wait, you mean because you were just pointing at the Zerg 6 gases.
Sorry, the Protoss should utilize their Stargate. Like, let's say they assume it's Roach Spire, Roach Warren. What are you using your gas for? It's either Hydra or Spire, right? If you're going double robo, this is quite sketch if you don't know if it's a Spire. I bet he invests a ton of resources into scouting. Not necessarily monetized resources, but more like hallucinations or whatever. Because he needs to confirm if it's a Stargate. I bet he sees this Hydra.
You mean
and
like
everything
a Spire,
I just said
right?
is irrelevant. Yeah. Sorry, it's been a while.
It's okay. It's okay. I know what you mean.
My
You're
thoughts
just using
are
all the
there.
wrong words.
Yeah, it's just that.
I'll be the Jake Whisperer today.
Perfect. I'm just gonna speak and know what I'm saying is right in my mind, but not in the viewers. Do we see any hallucinations? No, not yet. This is kind of a.
Well, the Oracles just flew by the Hydralisk Den, so I think at this point you're pretty confident that your build is looking good. Yes! Okay. Yeah. I could have told you that this was Astrea, by the way.
Well, this is not the same one I was talking about, but yeah.
Because this is very Astrea style. He does like his Colossus.
You think this is Colossus?
Well, I want it to be actually Disruptors. Disruptors have very quietly become like my favorite unit in a lot of ways.
Oh, Astrea's in the chat.
Do you think it's going to be Disruptors? No, it is Colossus, of course. Yeah, see, it's Astrea. You can't. What's up, Astrea? Thanks for the reps. It's very fun.
So, yeah, he went Colossus. I like Disruptors here, and he's definitely capable of doing it. I've seen him do it before. He might actually mix it in, too. He might do it like the Terran style, where you're like Colossus, they make Vikings, and then you make Disruptors.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But the reverse is you hope that they make like Corruptors or something, I guess. I don't know. Lurkers.
I like this this slightly off-brand style. I actually liked it a lot in the last meta before this patch.
Sorry, what are you looking at? I just want to look at Rogue for a bit, because Rogue,
Yeah, go ahead.
Rogue feels like it's just like dominating play without even doing anything. You know what I mean? Like defensively, this is a pretty sick defense.
Yeah.
He's kind of everywhere. I kind of wish Astrea would have more aggressively taken a fourth base, like because you can't really break someone who's playing like this, and he's very rarely going to be aggressive with lurkers, just because lurkers are not a very good aggressive unit, especially against Protoss when you're like taking a fourth base and going up to 80 drones.
Well, I think it matters stylistically who's playing. I think if you're playing a laser here or something, like he's going to shove the lurkers down your throat if you try to take that fourth base.
Yeah.
I think you're right that Rogue would be more likely to tech up a little bit more.
I suppose.
Can we check production here? Okay, yeah. So Hive's just about to finish.
Whenever we scouted this, like this is a fourth base taking this gas, like this, very unlikely that he's going to be aggressive here.
Yeah, no, I would definitely agree with that. And I think that what you're trying to do when you go Colossus is hit on 3 to 4. Like, you're never going to get more than that.
So let's see what we follow up this with.
Ooh, the Disruptor. I like it. I like it.
I love this with Rogue. Like, Astrea barely even moved out, and there's a counterattack already.
Okay, let's slow this a little bit. It's getting a little bit complicated. All right, getting the Disruptors so that he can deal with these a little bit better. Can't really attack into there.
Colossus feel quite good against lurkers if you can actually utilize them.
Oh, that's actually true, right? Until the range upgrade. I didn't even think of that. Until they get the range upgrade, the Colossus actually can poke them.
Yeah, but they're... Okay, this is a big mistake.
Well, clearly,
I feel like he had a
I don't know what happened. Yeah. Well, I think what happened is those were like aggroed on there, and maybe he attack moved towards the north to deal with the other units.
I'm just curious. Yeah, they're just
Yeah, see, the other units moved up. Yeah, they're all on the same key. See, Army 25 and then 8 Stalkers. So, watch.
Yeah, you're right.
He saw those other units, I think, in a second here. He's going to attack, move up, and then, yeah, these ones remain aggroed down here.
Big mistake. Feels bad.
Yeah. That's painful.
Yeah, that's a huge portion of your army.
Yeah, the 2 Immortals dying there, that's so painful.
Is this, oh, this is the upgrade here.
Mm-hmm.
Evolve Seismic Spines. Remember that. It's really important for commentators to know the names of those spells.
We should know them.
Seismic Spines. Not sure what the Void Race for. It's dead now. So, I feel like Astrea is really close to being really strong, but it does feel like he's... Like, once he's been put in this position, he can't really take his fourth because there's units here. Like, he doesn't really have any, like, harassment anywhere else. At this point, it feels like Rogue is just stomping on him, right? Like, even the army supplies are kind of even, but it just feels like as the game goes on, Rogue is just getting scarier and scarier with, like, his upgrades are coming, his Hive is finishing, he's got his Vipers coming. Like, there's no fourth base, there's no real, like, future plan here.
Yeah, there's 2 things that come to mind when I look at this. First off, Astrea is making a very strong, like, it's very much a death ball that he's going for, right? A kind of older term, where he just wants to win a heads-up engagement with this army.
Right.
I feel like when you're going for something like this, having a prism out on the map is really, 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 really important, because if you're forcing them to basically utilize their entire army to fight your entire army, the best way to force the situation to be good for you is to try to make them split their units poorly. So, for instance, because he already has charge, even if he only warps in like 4 Zealots like here, right, and sends them into the natural, that is going to cause so much pain for Rogue based on the strategy that he's using.
Especially with lurkers.
Yeah.
Because lurkers are such a weird unit to split up. And even if you take the supporting unit from the lurker, that's really scary for lurkers. I agree. And Rogue is kind of prepared for that. Like, if you look at his bases, it's really solid against Warp Prism, like, in your base.
Yeah.
Like, here's not the greatest, but you're not going to fly over these two bases. But on the left side, like...
Yeah, and the thing is...
That's a pretty solid base. There's 4 spores, 2 spines there.
This is a building you don't even get very much in this matchup. So just the fact that you have this, actually, it's kind of like we see in PvT, where if you get Prism Speed, actually, this stuff doesn't mean anything anymore.
True.
You actually just fly right in and warp everything in, and it's not an issue.
Interesting, especially when you get the Robo Bay already.
Yeah.
Definitely worth trying, I think.
Yeah. I think any time that you're going Colossus, because Colossus always points towards Death Ball compositions, you should have that Prism out in the map. And I feel like that would be the one thing that could tip a game like this over into his favor.
Astrea says, I think I should have taken the 4th where I was attacking, but I didn't even think about that. Also, the main idea is that Colossus outranged lurkers for quite a while. So the main idea is really just to attack hard until then, until they get outranged, I guess.
No, it makes a lot of sense. It's too bad that he lost half of his army.
That would be really good if he took this 3rd here, or this 4th, because his army's already central here.
No, totally. That would be amazing. And there's the watchtower right there, so you can kind of keep an eye on what's coming from what angle.
Yeah, and then the only spot you can be fully attacked is here. I actually like that idea.
And realistically, you can actually throw like a couple cannons there and make it just kind of like, do you really want to attack in there?
Yeah, this is good.
I like the play though.
I think at this point though, cool. He's pretty dead.
Well, losing that chunk of army was very painful, and
and also there's
now that they have their
economic
range,
there's like nothing really going here. Like the army comp is actually not bad, but once the Vipers pull these in, you're pretty dead.
Well, I don't think that the Stalkers scale very well at this point, right?
No.
And obviously, once we're on Hive Tech, the Colossus run out basically because the lurker range is going to be there, and then Vipers are going to come in. And between those two things, Colossus actually don't do anything anymore.
Right.
You can see he's actually focusing on abducting the Disruptors as opposed to the Colossus, and that's because the Colossus are not even scary at all.
Yeah.
Kind of just a rough, small mistake from Astrea there.
I think this went really bad when, the 4th base was taken from Rogue, and he scouts it pretty early on, and then Astrea doesn't really opt for any economy whatsoever, essentially. Like, he opts for the bigger army and then attacking, but he doesn't really go with it, and then he loses a big portion of his army, which stops a ton of his momentum, because really he wants to just go, but as soon as you lose that portion, you need to rebuild it, and then he's waited long enough that Rogue's army's caught up, and his economy's ahead, and his tech's ahead, you know?
Yeah.
Like, at that point, you can't beat Rogue, so... He had the either go with it or take the 4th, and then play it a little bit slower. But you can't slow play it and not have your economy on the same foot, especially against someone like Rogue.
Yeah. I think overall though the idea that he mentioned there being in chat, I like it.
Yeah.
Just I actually literally hadn't even thought of that the Colossus right now is outranging Lurker until Hive, so that's pretty sick. All right, let's check game 2.
True, and if they get the upgrade first, the seismic spines, then they can't get the whatever upgrade immediately. So you basically have a ton of time before they're really scary. Once they unburrow, run at you and burrow, that's when
I could see getting 2 lurker dens. It's not that it's not that bad.
Sure. I mean, if you have 80 drones in 5 bases, sure.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, have you ever seen a Zerg that didn't?
True.
Only when you look in the mirror.
Got him.
Got him.
You got him. So, interesting option to go gas first twice in a row. Like, this is quite scary, I think, as a Zerg player, especially against, or as a Protoss player. Like, if you're playing Dark or something, you're getting memed on.
Yeah.
So, I like the choice against Rogue. It's okay. But if Astrea is watching, I would tell him never to do this against Dark ever. Like, this is you are asking to get 12.
Yeah, you got to be careful about things like
the links would be running in right now. First. What would you have? Like,
not much.
Or they would be not immediately, but maybe like 10, 15 seconds, and you just don't have anything. Especially with this. I mean, maybe if you run in the middle, it's just not good. Like, as a 12 puller, this is what I'm looking for. Very rarely am I opting for a Nexus first because.
Oh, yeah.
So
well,
rare.
that never happens.
But this is actually very possible to run into.
Mm-hmm. Well, as Astrea spends more time out here and plays in more of the tournaments, people are going to catch on to his play styles. So it's something to just consider for the future as well.
Yeah. He's got to add it into his range.
Yeah, it's important.
So yeah, he's not getting memed on, which is nice.
Yeah.
And he's opening Phoenix first. This Overlord is just not... It should not be here. But it is.
It's just watching the gases.
It's just annoying because like he's always going to get away when there's a stalker there, you know?
Mm.
Wow. What a god.
All right, so there's a...
Quick Robo before third basis. So this is already a variation from what we saw last game.
Quite different.
Twilight on the way too. Oops. I love the spore collar positioning. It's really smart. Like, especially when your creep going out this far, you'll see that Oracle come in from a really, like really early on, and you'll be able to reposition your queens. If your spore collar's here, it doesn't, like, you don't even attempt coming in. If it's here, you attempt going for like some drones on the edge, and then you leave with your energy. So just that cute little thing saves you like 1 or 2 drones. Probably 1, but...
Well, that's the type of optimization you need at the pro level.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the prism. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, I see what's going on. Because he has like 4 adepts right now, right? 5. Okay.
It's just quite a few adepts.
Yeah, yeah.
This is interesting. I'm trying to think of how I would respond to like 5 or 6 adepts, and it's always to make a decent amount of Zerglings, because roaches feel quite slow against adepts without roach speed, and you're usually delaying your lair. And then once
I think if you see this many adepts, sometimes it's going to be like a Glaives build or something, and then if you didn't go for
wow.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you for the subs.
If you didn't go for that, for the roaches, then you're going to be in a lot of trouble, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you definitely have to follow it up with roaches, but your immediate response will be at least some amount of links. That was funny. Cute. So one nice thing about going Archon drop with the Glaives here is that you can hit 2 places at once pretty comfortably. Chances are you'll lose all your adepts, but it's possible. This is a good scene.
I think it's all right to lose the adepts, though. Like, the adepts really do not scale at all.
That is a ton of roaches. What?
Yeah, it's
how many
quite
drones
a few.
is he on? Like, what, 50? Yeah, 54. That's impressive.
Now, the adepts are over here right now. So I want to slow down just slightly. Let's see how he does it. Good split on the roaches, it seems.
Yeah.
He's not really finding any way in. But just the fact that he's this low on drones right now?
Yeah, 50 drones is quite low.
And now he's droning up. But the thing is, I think you're very comfortable here as Astrea.
I think he thought it was an all-in at some point.
Yeah, he may have.
He sees a prism, right? And he sees
well, when you see the Archons, you know it's not.
Yeah, but he sees a prism and he sees 6 or 7 adepts. That looks to me like 20 gateway
adept.
Absolutely.
That's why when I saw the prism start, I was like, oh, what's that? No, oh, wait. No, never mind. Templar Archives. There we go.
It's a nice little mind gamey stuff here.
It's actually like older, too. I mean, this is... We used to always go 5 adepts. Do you remember this? Like back on Abyssal Reef days?
Yeah, that was like Kneebear when adepts were just sick.
Yeah.
No matter what you did, they were sick.
Yeah.
If these were in a better position, I think this could be a lot scarier. Like if the adepts were just here, and as soon as you see the roaches, you shade in. Like it's funny because Rogue is so good; he already has a spine crawler here. But this is like really good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is some proper foresight into like it's possible the adept shade.
Yeah, this is what can actually go wrong right now.
Yeah. So even though it would have been nice the adepts were here and instant shaded, Rogue is actually really fucking good. Like I can't overstate how he's predicted the possibility of that and built that there. That is literally for those adepts. So
he can't do anything here, and he knows it.
Rogue, yeah.
But he's running around with them.
This is better than just kind of sitting here, too.
Is he just going to go into Swarmhost play here, you think? I think he is.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to quite work.
Whoops. Let's go back. Wait. Okay, not that far back. Apparently Control-E resets the game. So even though he had a spine here, it's still kind of really
Yeah,
annoying.
I mean, the spine is not the end of the world, truly. I don't know why the sound is on. I'm sorry.
Thanks
Oh,
for
I know how to get rid of it. Hold on.
the 5 months.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. You're too kind. Sorry about that. It's been a while since we did a live episode, so I like mute this. 1 second. Boop. There we go. All right.
Okay.
Back to the game. Thank you, though, guys. Appreciate you all.
So 5 drones going down already. Quite good.
Yeah, no. Well, I think that this is an amazing moment for him, right? Because if you can trade those 5 adepts right now for 7 drones, after your opponent was sitting on 54 drones for a long time because he was roaching, oh, that's amazing. That's really nice.
Yeah, he's still a bit behind. I think he was a little bit scared with the big roach push, so he was building quite a lot of defenses. And I'm quite interested. There's 10 boys.
Yeah, 10 storm hosts on the way.
And this is not a very good army against storm
Yeah,
hosts.
well, it's certainly bad, but he's mobile, right? Like, the fact that he's out on the map. Because if he's just sitting at home right now, and then the swarm hosts start attacking him, I'm like, okay, that's how you lose the game.
Yeah.
Even though it's been like a favorable opening, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually really surprising to me that Rogue is so aggressive with just roaches here. Like, yeah, it doesn't make that much sense. Even, like, imagine these 2 force fields actually catch a portion of these roaches. Then you're in a really bad spot because you're not going to have any offense here. You're going to have to utilize these.
Well, you'd have to bring
defensively.
those up.
That's your only real play here. So I'm a little surprised he's so aggressive. Like, even
Doesn't
now, look
it
at
feel, though, like he's going for a victory here rather than not getting behind more? Do you know what I mean?
Kinda,
Like,
but it also feels really
The fact that he lets that base die and is trying to defend with his other units only, that's what he's setting up for himself is what it feels like, where now he can... It's like, maybe I can win this game.
If he snipes this Nexus right here, right now, then that's pretty good. But it's like...
Well, it looks like he wasn't controlling the locust here.
Well, he has them queued up on probes here. See?
Oh, okay, that's kind of
But
weird.
like killing 2 probes here is not enough. And he gets a pylon. 2 pylons and 2
Robo
probes.
Support Bay, what do you think about this? You think that's
this
for
is good.
Colossus?
I don't think it's... I don't know. Well, I mean, what are you going to do? You don't throw down 2 Stargates or something now. You need to use it with Robos. And you don't really want to make Immortals. I think Disruptors or Colossus are both okay.
Yeah.
Oh! If he gets that, that's so obnoxious. Because the other Nydus is going down somewhere else, and then these are just stuck. Oh, big utilization. He should have just let it go. Like, if you get those, like, 8 more Zealots here, what do you even do?
Well, maybe he doesn't know exactly how many units are coming up right now. I think keeping the Prism alive is quite important, though.
Yeah, that's true.
You gotta keep this game competitive.
Could just warp in Zealots.
I love that he is killing everything everywhere right now.
Oh,
And
what?
Rogue is still sitting here maxed out, having swarm hosts like hit his main base.
Where did these Zealots even come from?
Yeah, I don't even know. Those just appeared.
Okay, I'm curious.
It's like they warped in from Ire or something.
First off, they're so unexpected that Rogue just doesn't consider them at all.
Oh, he split him off his army right here. Okay.
Like, Rogue sees it, right? Pretty sure he saw that.
He could have, out of corner of his eye, saw that.
He is dealing with stuff everywhere right now. I kind of want to watch Astrea's camera. I'm a big fan of this. So, look at that. He's got his shift queued Zealots on the other side of the map. Things are going to hell everywhere, but he's ready. This, actually... Yeah, you're right.
Is that the Diva announcer?
Yeah, it is.
Instead of the Tastosis announcer pack?
That's quite disappointing.
Is he still in the chat? I'm going to
He
ban him.
is. Can take him out. He actually just picks him apart here, doesn't he? Like, his army supply
Yeah,
isn't
no,
even that high.
he's absolutely everywhere.
Ooh, where's that recall? In the natural? Ah, he saves it. What a sick play. This seems really scary for Rogue. Oh. Okay, so I really don't like the fact that he's like, I don't know if he's just being pulled apart, but like he should be clicking on these Nexi.
Yeah.
Like this is a perfect time to snipe a Nexus for free.
Oh, absolutely.
And also with the Nydus here, like this is going to block it with creep. But instead, I mean, this pylon's kind of nice. You could probably get both, though, even. He might get both. I
Yeah,
don't
you
even know.
could because you're...
Okay, he does. He gets
Okay.
both. Never mind. My bad to critique Rogue there. What a game.
No, it's a crazy one.
Like, I feel like Rogue... Like, what do you even do? Just have, like, 4 spines at each base, and then you're in a better spot? It's kind of hard, too, because, like, the original push here, like, kind of limited Rogue from being able to just spine up, because there was just, like, such an immediate threat that he needed to produce units, you know? So, I think if he doesn't immediately push here, like, if this push didn't happen earlier, Rogue spines up everywhere.
Oh, you mean when he hit the 4th the first time?
Yeah.
Oh, if he was not on the map attacking right then, he would have lost the game.
I think so, too.
Like, if Swarm hosts launch their first wave of locusts into the Protoss base, and you're at home, you lose. I don't remember the last time I saw Protoss win when the first wave of locusts come in and they're at home.
No,
if you can remember a game, let me know.
It's been a while.
It doesn't occur. You
He's
lose.
just everywhere. You gotta feel really good if you're Astrea in this position, because you just kind of picked apart. You just picked him apart.
Yeah.
There's like...
Well, he was kind of everywhere. I like that Astrea can play that style and the Deathball style.
Mm.
Look
Yeah.
at that.
I mean, amazing
It's like
he queued
no
up Zealots
hatcheries
over
left.
here. Like, he queued them up the long way. And
He's going to have nowhere to return his minerals too soon. God, he's killed 4 hatches this game or something.
Yeah, once you get enough... Oh!
That's...
Oh,
Oh my God. They do everything, these locusts. It's so ridiculous.
Alright, so this is definitely like the beginning of the end. I can't believe this game goes on for another, what, 3 minutes?
Well, he's taken a lot of damage at home, too, let's not forget. His supply has never really gotten higher than this. It's crazy.
Yeah, there's a ton of roaches, though. Roaches are like the worst unit ever for supply.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. Look at how little Astraea cares. Like, oh my god. This army synergies are so sick. Even like just forcing your opponent to like engage into Immortals and split at the same time is just like the most ludicrous thing ever.
Yeah.
Because the Immortals just laughing while the roaches are moving.
Yeah. It's such a ground pounding force.
Isn't it sad to see like the Zerg player lose his Nydus worm and then just like get it back up? Like that's the only thing. Like please let me have my Nydus worm back. You know, like it's the only thing.
Kill as many hatches
He's
as you
losing
want.
bases everywhere, and he's like, as long as I get my Nydus up, as soon as it finishes, the Nydus goes off somewhere. Where is it? It's over here. Well, how does this like it goes on for another 2 minutes?
Well, he just doesn't want to leave the game, I think.
Well, oh.
Oh my God! He
That
just
feels
sent the
bad.
locust in the wrong direction. Oh.
All right, we don't need to watch the rest of this.
Yeah. All right, next game. We have a lot of games to go through.
Yeah, I do want to see some solar games because it looked really solid. So one thing that I've noticed between the two, because the one game I saw was another Swarm Host Nydus game from Solar, which is kind of disappointing to me because it doesn't feel as good as it was before, and it feels like the
Swarm Host Nydus?
Yeah, like it feels like the Zergs are kind of refusing to try anything new, you know?
Well, the thing is, I think it is still very strong. Obviously, it's not as good as it was before, but I think it's still a very good strategy in a lot of situations.
Yeah.
Whenever your opponent is playing a little bit passively, it just kills them. That's, you know?
Sure. It's nice to see that Astrea didn't get killed because he can play quite a passive style as well.
Well, look, this is 21 minutes against Rogue.
Yeah.
On World of Sleepers. Well, no Rich Vespine, but still.
I love how they changed that into a normal Vespa and they don't give us another one. They're just like, now this base is just worse. It's like...
People still just take it, though? It's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
I mean, I take it. I'm like, I'd never take the sixth gas. Like,
Mm.
don't give a damn.
Only need 5 gases. It's fine.
It kind of sucks because my 3-hatch Hydra build is worse now because I don't have 4 gases with 3. But, you know, it's okay.
Pretty standard early game. There's that Robo. Not as many Adepts this game. Quicker
this
third.
This is similar.
Oh, the Quick Observer. That's neat. I like it.
He's getting his Twilight again.
What do you think about that quick observer?
I feel like that's almost an adaptation to who he's playing, possibly.
Do you think he's just going to siege it up in the main?
No.
Do you think
Where
he's
is
going to
the
use it
observer?
to hunt creep?
Yeah. Where is it?
I think he's going to just put it in the main. Let's see. It's right here.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean siege it up in his main?
No. Okay, so once upon a time, it was actually like very meta and very good. A few of the best Protosses in the world would just sneak an observer out pretty early, and they would siege it like hold position it because we didn't have siege back then. This is when you had to be good to use your observers, and they would just put it like right here. Okay, because you're never going to bring an observer here or an overseer or whatever. And what it would do is you'd see when the hive started, and you'd see what units were being rallied down the ramp. And it was like the sickest play. It was actually really good for a long time.
I'm assuming this is in StarCraft.
That's why I ask if... No, this is in StarCraft 2. Yeah. This was
it's not as
back
good
in
now
like
because-
Wings and Heart of the Storm.
Well, it's not as good now because people are really, really sick at sniping observers. Like, if this was a Terran player, it never would work.
Yes,
Terran
that's true.
players just like they sense it. They're like, you know what? It's been too long. They do like this little trick where they're like, and then they see it and they're like, oh, look at that, and then they kill it. And Zerg players are also pretty good at like stopping it. We build spores blindly and build our tech in positions where
No,
it's
dude,
not
that's
easy
why
to
you
see.
put it kind of in a weird place. You don't even look at that part of your main base, you know? Your
No.
screen literally never goes there.
I mean, what are you going to see? Roaches rally out? You're like, oh, look, he's going roaches. You know, like, we already know that.
It makes a difference.
Look at where the Zerg players build their tech now. Like, we're building it.
No, I know. It's not to check tech. It gives you the hive timing, and you just see what type of units are being
You can
made.
just assume the hive timing now.
Yeah, you normally can now.
Yeah.
It is true.
I think this is good, though. Oh, unless he loses it. I think he did want
I
to
love-
clear creep with it at some point. And
Well,
that would have happened
probably.
if this was here or here, too, I think.
I'm sad that all that talk about the observer that just dies at 2 queens and doesn't do anything. He's like, yeah, he has that base. All right, hold on. Production tab, lurker den. Wait. Structures. Only 1 robo. Okay.
What's our worker count? 66 to 77. I wonder if he's playing this way, like Rogue is playing this way because he felt that Astrea was weak against it the first time they played.
Yeah,
lurker
well,
style?
he did win like that. Yeah, that's
Because it did feel like Astrea just kind of pounced and killed him when he went disrupt or swarm host. So
yeah, it felt like Rogue was taking a lot of chances there. I think this army is never going to do anything here, and it feels like the disruptor tech is maybe going to be a little bit late. It's going to be disruptor this game.
it is going to be compared to the last time because he went double robo really quick last time. And
Yeah.
this time he got a faster Twilight first too.
Yeah.
But that's
Well, he's going to
okay
have the
still.
+2. I mean, got some stuff going on.
What was that? Was that a fake Overlord with drop in it?
Oh, was it?
I mean, he had Overlord drop. Okay, that's not how we use it.
that was ambitious.
Okay, so we've got double lurker drop here. This is really sick if you can actually do stuff with it. It's so obnoxious, especially if you kill a cannon. Like, what do you do? Where's my observer? Like, where is the observer?
Well, it died earlier. We saw.
Yeah, look, he doesn't have any.
Yeah, he's got an oracle. Okay, let's watch this. Oh, you're missing the attack. Who is this guy?
Okay, well, let's chill.
And the lurker drop is happening right now, by the way.
I'm actually amazed that the game doesn't just end right here, right now.
Yeah,
Where's
because look at this. Look at this. This is occurring as well.
Yeah, but just fuck it. Why do you even care? You're about to kill the main army of Rogue.
Yeah? Hold on, though.
If there was a prism here, I think the game's over. Is the prism there? Up?
A prism here?
Oh, there isn't. Oh,
there's not.
no. Where's Astrea in chat? Tell me you wouldn't have won this game if you didn't have a prism and you could just warp in like 20 zealots.
He has no observer right now, so
Oh, that's bad too.
that's a bit of a pain. These are actually clumped enough that theoretically you can just kill them.
Yeah, if he had an observer and a prism here, you'd never lose this game, I think. Because you're on top of the production. He can't.
Hey, actually, he has the
lurkers.
oracle right here, though. He has the oracle right here. 7 mana off of a revelation.
You zoomed by like 3 minutes. My dude, can you not see what's going on right now?
Huh?
I'm talking to Astrea in chat.
Oh. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, no, I do see what's going on right now. I'm literally looking at it.
Like, okay, so we've got what? This many lurkers, right? 5 lurkers. What is that? Like 20 links. That's it. And this Hydras.
Yeah, his army is not that.
Imagine we warp in 10 more Zealots. We've got 2 more Disruptor Balls. The Archons are all really high health except for this one. There's one in the back here that's full health.
They are high health. There's still 3
The
Immortals in
lurker
there.
den is right here. Like, we have 2,000 minerals.
Well, let's see how this battle goes.
How many gateways is there? I don't know how to do this. T? 8. 8 gates. I mean, that's not enough, or not a lot. If these 3 were finished too, I mean, you could warp in like 12 Zealots right here. I think the game would just end.
Let's see how the battle goes.
No!
Well, there's 5 lurkers hitting him, so he does need to pull back
That's a do
from
or die,
him.
my dude. That's when you shove them. You gotta go. You can't just be like, oh, I guess I'll...
Now this is correct. This is the correct move right here, where he's moving to the side. Now this is a real pain in the ass.
Yeah.
+3, blink, not going to happen.
No, that's why you go for it. This is a go time move. Whoa. Whoa.
There's the Zealots you wanted.
Yeah, but...
Is he winning with them?
Not like this.
The 8 Zealots, did he just win with those?
Not like this.
So he killed the base, though. He killed the Hydra and Lurker.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Jesus.
I think he had to go. 1,800 minerals. I think you just sacrifice it. Like, if you take all this time to finally clean up all this, you're probably just dead. I mean, I think he did a pretty good job of...
Well, he did what he could with his army, I think. Like, there was too many Lurker shots coming in was the problem.
Where is this mother? Is
I think
home?
I'll die of shock.
Is he going home?
No. He's going to kill these High Templar. Oh, my God.
Oh, that's disgusting. Actually, I still feel like he's in a really good spot. He cleared the 4th base. He killed the Lurker Den without the upgrades.
He's got a huge bank.
He's got a huge income, massive income.
What's the...
He's got a
80 probes
base.
still. 80 probes.
How do you... He's in a pretty good spot. The only thing that kind of sucks is his upgrade got canceled, but still.
Yeah, if he had blink +3 already, that'd be pretty nice.
It's a pretty dumb... Well, not dumb, but it's pretty bad army composition here from Rogue.
Yeah, no, if he just focuses on like Archon and Disruptor production and then just like Zealots with extra minerals, it seems like that is very, very good here.
Yeah, I agree. Lurker Den's almost complete now, so now would be like a perfect time.
Well, let's see. It's another 10 minutes. This is another 10 minutes in this game. How does that even... It's crazy.
The one thing I think Astraea can sometimes be a little bit passive when he's ahead. I'm not saying that that's the case this game, but I've seen it before where he has a good shot to kill him and he'll just wait, and then the Broodlords will show up or whatever, and he'll
that can be a hard thing to figure out.
Oh, it's amazing hot hits.
You know, I think that, by the way...
Where's the Warp Prisms, by the way?
I do want to mention... Dude, he's building disruptors, man. He doesn't have robo build time available for that. What do you think? You need to book that a month in advance to build that prism. But I want to mention something that I just thought of when you mentioned sometimes you feel like he doesn't go for the kill. I think a lot of the times to get to a very high level, what you need is patience. And then when you get to the really high level, what you need is to know when to kill a lot of the time. And I think that that's a very hard switch to make, to figure that out. Because a lot of times, like, people who lose games all the time because they're like, oh, I got to attack. It's like, no. Yeah. This is when you sit. Anyways, go ahead.
No, you're right. Astrea said in chat, I think before we even talked about it, that he said he thinks Hero would have won the game from this spot, and I agree. I think if you're, or like SOS or someone who's just like keen on using their units really well and like hitting those attack timings, but like Astrea's in a really good spot economically. It's a really good spot with like momentum and everything. He's just not utilizing it, and that feels like a pretty, easy thing to fix. Okay, this could be really sick. If he hits this timing, because look, remember we were talking about this before in the last game? Like, this army is split. How many lurkers is over here?
That's a lot of lurkers.
Is a lot of lurkers, but this is a lot of almost dead lurkers, too. The problem is that we don't have any detection,
It takes a long time to actually bust these areas with disruptors. It's kind of funny.
No, you just A-move this. But yeah, you're right. Like, if you were to shoot disruptors...
You want to A-move everything.
Listen.
You thought 8 Zealots were going to win that other attack.
No, that's not my
point.
point.
They came in and died.
Look at that. Did you just see that? Did you see how...
Yes, no, I saw him kill that one lurker.
Let's watch that one lurker die. Let's watch that one lurker die one more time.
Okay.
It's pretty sick.
Let's see it.
And imagine it happening like 15 times. Ready?
Yeah.
You see this Archon?
Yeah. Oh, he's
it's
pissed.
Like,
Look
like,
how
oh,
angry
look,
he is.
there's a lurker here. And
Get
it's
outta
dead. Like, did you see that? And you think that these lurkers aren't going to just die. Let's just watch it happen one more time. One more time, guys. Did you see that spine go off? That one spine went off.
That proves everything
army's
that
almost
you're talking
dead.
about. Okay, I can't wait to see him just attack, move, and kill this. With a disruptor-based army, just attack, move into it.
Oh, God. Okay.
No, that was good.
Okay.
I love how
Listen.
he just killed everything with that attack move.
Listen, if he had a warp prism here...
He had a warp. You think 8 Zealots being warped in right now actually
No,
fix that?
I think, get your Archons out of here.
Oh, my God.
Gotta pull them out. I like how the disruptors don't even know what to do. Look at these balls.
Dude, okay, I just want to mention
you see
something.
this
Okay,
ball?
just because you're a Zerg player doesn't mean that every race can attack move. You can't attack move onto creep against Zerg. It doesn't work. This is the type of shit that happens. You have to break positions like this with the disruptors. That's like the type of army that he has.
148
That's what he has to do.
168.
Yeah.
I'd say that's a profit.
What?
When you're on
Profit
five
for the
base
Zerg?
Protoss, let's
My
go.
God.
Yeah,
he's a little
jokes
bit low
aside,
on,
though,
gateway
I think
account, actually.
that was basically the worst possible situation that could have happened.
That is the worst thing that could have happened. right
Yeah,
there.
like I do think it was the right call, but not like that. Like, it was almost really good. I think he didn't know there was like a million Zerglings too.
Yeah,
Like
it's,
if like
you don't
30
expect
Hydras walk in,
Lings
you're like,
right now.
okay, I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
back
yeah,
up,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
This is a comfortable
Totally,
backup
totally.
position.
But Rogue was very good to surround quickly with the Lings and everything.
Oh yeah, he just jumped on it.
But now he's forced into this. Yeah, this is getting a little bit more wonky. I love the
like
heavy
that.
Archon,
Yeah, I
heavy
like it.
Disruptor. This, like, I've really grown to have an affinity for that unit composition right now against Zerg.
I do wish he wouldn't just attack down the center, because we know that most lurkers are here. Even if you have to unposition and reposition, like as long as you don't just attack where he's set up, it's really good. Because Zerg players will preset out all these moved lurkers, and we'll build a nice sand castle, right? And then you'll attack somewhere else. And we're like, fuck, we got to move our sand castle and try to build it again. And then we have to keep doing that. Eventually, you're gonna make a mistake with them. So, unless you take it really, slow through the center, it's very unlikely. And he's doing it. He's doing what he should be doing, which is attacking.
Poking
somewhere.
the other
Yeah.
side, totally.
What a game. That's just obnoxious. There's no even point here. You don't have a Nydus worm or anything. Ooh.
Oh. There's those prisms
That
you
was
wanted.
almost a really sick.
It was a good
call.
idea.
Yeah,
it was a very good idea.
idea.
And I like that he has the double forge right now. Like, warp-ins are going to be really cool. He's trying to poke all over the place.
I think it's important to
Do you think
poke
he
and-
should have switched into some sort of sky units on 5 bases here? Because it feels like he's trying to utilize this somewhat of a tempo advantage that he had in a lot of ways, but the thing is, every one of these attacks is not quite working.
Do you feel like Sky Protoss is even can you play Sky Protoss efficiently against Zerg?
Normally, listen, don't anyone tell Roddy I said this, but no, I think it's not. I don't think it's super good. Like, carriers are better than they were against Zerg right now than they were on the last patch, but I think that in certain situations it can be really, really good. But and the thing is, that's what I'm asking. Like, in this type of situation, could he have snuck into some carriers? Because he had a very big economy. Like, that attack the thing is, I don't think he really had the window. If he hadn't attack moved on creep that time you really wanted him to and lost his whole army, I think from that position, it may have been a possibility.
I've watched Stats play against Raynor and other people in custom games, and what Stats will do if there's no overlords or anything, is he'll add on a second Stargate and a fleet beacon, and he'll play out this game exactly identically, and he'll just sneak some carriers, right? He'll keep playing. He'll lose some Archons, some Zealots, and he'll sneak another 2
very
carriers,
slowly, very
right?
slowly. Yeah,
and then
no,
he'll
I
keep
know that
doing it,
style.
and then
yeah.
eventually he has 10. And he just walks across the map with 10 carriers, and you're like, where did these come from?
No, I kind of
It
like
doesn't
the
make
idea.
any sense.
Yeah.
So imagine this has been happening. We've been sneaking carriers out,
Yeah.
and now we have 10 carriers. What's he got?
No, you would kill him in that situation.
Yeah,
100%.
it's pretty funny that he.
Yeah,
I watched him,
I know the style you mean, actually. Like, I haven't
and he
seen
just
Stats
goes.
do that,
you
but
just go with it too. You don't.
Oh, yeah,
You don't
yeah.
wait. You're just flying him straight in. You're like, "Where's your spire at?" You fly 10 carriers right in and you recall them if they have corruptors.
Yeah.
It's funny. I remember watching the Raynor game and Raynor's just like, what? And he just like leaves immediately and just like question marks.
Yeah.
Like, where did these even come from?
Yeah.
And they'll be battling like this for like 20 minutes too, you know?
Because you have money a lot of the time where you can sneak them in, and it's hard to keep track of economy at this point and what your opponent can have.
Yeah, you could totally be sneaking in 2 carriers over.
Yeah, instead of having a bank.
This would be really bad for that, but
yeah.
if that didn't exist.
Well, it seems like Rogue is trying to stay on top of not having things like that happen, but
yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love drilling claws on lurkers. It's like he shoots his disruptor beams out, and like lurker's like, nah, screw this, get out of here. He's like, okay, sick. I can wait like another 14 seconds or whatever.
It'd be sick if he just like unburrows and walks forward and then burrows. Hits the disruptor.
That's the tech play.
Okay.
Oh. Oh.
Look at all the observers. It's a pack of observers. The best part is they get taken out still. Like there's 3 of them.
Right. Well, spores and hydras.
Where'd the observers go? There's only 2 left now. And they're getting taken out one by one. I feel like this is the ultimate defender. I think actually the play is to do what you were saying. Like you need to do something. You can't just keep doing this.
Yeah, if your opponent is just playing lurker defense, because if you play lurker defense correctly, you're not supposed to be broken. Like if this game was bigger, right? Like let's say Rogue had the 2 bases in the top left, and that's like the type of game that we're at. Then I think this army can do something against lurker defense because you literally don't have enough supply to hold everywhere.
Right.
Because you're repositioning a lot. But when it's smaller like this,
yeah,
I don't think you. I think theoretically you're not supposed to be able to break it with ground units. Once they have the drilling claws and everything,
I think if you can, then lurkers are kind of pointless too. You know,
huh?
Like if you can just walk in and break it at any point, it's like what's the point of the lurker at that point?
Well, the thing is, it's the splash damage is the real problem, right? If these were liberators, right, you would be able to break something.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that it's splash and you have to kind of be clumped up.
Yeah, this map is pretty small. I think the play is to not sneak it in, but transition it, especially when you have this many resources. Like 4K, 1.8K is definitely reasonable. We could have 10 carriers right now if we started the transition like 2 minutes, 3 minutes ago. And there's no point where Rogue is just like, you know what, I'm going, and like unroots all those lurkers and walks across the map against this.
Well, yeah, you can't walk across against this type of army.
Is just ball, walk, ball, walk.
Exactly.
You know, and you're just never going to get anywhere with that.
I think that if you can maybe identify a moment in a game like this where like the Zerg is just playing the lurker defense and you can't break them, if you do suddenly throw down 5 Stargates, I'm not even kidding, man, 5.
Yeah.
You have this many bases thrown on 5 Stargates and then just like, bam, 5 carriers in production, let your Zealots bleed off or something.
5 more carriers and then you got 10 carriers, you walk across the map.
Dude,
yeah.
Well, the thing is, even with 5 here, you bring 5 over on top of those Archons and Disruptors. Oh, are you kidding me? Is lurker defense going to work against that? I don't know, man.
Vipers are a little scary.
Yeah, they're a little bit scary, but you can make some High Templars and stuff. Like, there's counterplay.
Yeah.
Here, with ground units, there's not much counterplay. It's like you're throwing disruptor balls, and that's about it. Like, look, he keeps walking around looking for something. Astrea's not dumb. He's like, I got to do something somewhere. He keeps walking back and forth.
Things. Like, you see the Dark Shrine, that's definitely an attempt.
Yeah. He's like, well, I guess I get Size Storm now.
Yeah, like, this is like a proper, like, what do I even do at this position?
Yeah.
Like, the Dark Shrine is hilarious, because you're like, yeah, we're getting in with Dark Templar somewhere here. Like, come on.
I think
spores everywhere.
Any game that gets this big, though, if you don't have a Dark Shrine, there's always going to be some moment where, like, you save a Nexus with a DT or something, you know? You warp in 4 DTs, save the Nexus, and now you have 2 Archons. It's like, great. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, Zerg units,
At this point now, it feels really bad. Look at this.
Yeah.
He's
Here
doing
comes
what
the
I
march.
talked about.
Yeah, he gets rid of the Disruptors, and he's like, all right, it's time.
This is when the 10 carriers fly in, though.
25 Lurkers.
Yeah, that's a lot of lurkers.
Oh, my God.
Look at this. This is so many lurkers.
It is so many Lurkers. Can that Disruptor do it?
He got there.
Oh, boy.
He
now he can see about half the Lurkers now.
This is so many lurkers.
It is so many. All right, well, he's counterattacking. That is definitely the right play.
I like how literally every lurker is going back. Yeah, this is the right play for sure. This would be really sick if there were 10 carriers in the corner here. You know? We're getting rid of our army. Rogue is like, okay, you know, what can you possibly have at this point? I'm taking out bases. Trade your Archon Zealot. Have 20 carriers. You know? Yeah, that's
this is getting rough.
Yeah, I mean, especially with nothing in the bank. Like, if you do have the, maybe with my carriers or something. There's actually nothing here.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I going to do, warp in 20 more Zealots?
Yes, actually.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, literally. Oh, look, he was going for it.
Oh, there you go.
This should have happened 3 or 4 minutes ago, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think he was actually in a very good spot a couple times, and I think that it started to fall apart on the attack move on creep when there was lurker defense. If you start a carrier transition right there and just roam back and forth like he started doing a little bit later, I think this game's yours.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
I like it. That was actually a really interesting game.
Yeah, I agree. Imagine if this happened and it was 2-1 Astrea in this position. Like, the whole tournament looks totally different.
Yeah, because
Rogue goes on to win everything. Yeah.
So that was sick. All right, so that was game 3. I guess we'll jump over to the Solar series, which was from one of the ESL Opens.
Fun game, though, Astrea says.
Yeah, no, it was a cool one. I liked the game.
So, different beast here with Solar. I think Rogue and Solar are similar, but Rogue feels like he's way more comfortable going into the like really super passive play, and Solar feels like he excels in more of a breaking apart and like attacking multiple areas play.
Yeah, well, I think that they definitely have some similarities, but I think that Solar has a slightly wider range in the early and mid game, whereas Rogue, I feel like there's about 3 things he does, but he does them real well. Solar, though, definitely he's good with the Swarm Host play, too, and
yeah,
don't know what we're going to see, obviously.
So this was actually gate. He actually scouted this time, which is what I was a little scared of. So I guess he did profile Rogue a bit, that Rogue wasn't going to 12 pool.
Yeah,
which is great.
Rogue doesn't really 12 pool, whereas, again, Solar does have more range, so it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that's really impressive. I really love seeing that adaptation, where it's not just like the same thing over and over again. You're actually profiling your opponents. It's really important to be a good player.
Junair, Nydus Swarm Host Rogue. So true.
Okay.
Do you remember the very first person that used at the pro level Nydus Swarm Host against Protoss?
No. Who?
It was Biel.
Really?
Yeah.
It would be him, wouldn't it?
Do you remember the first Vayne Hydra user against Protoss?
No. Was it
Solar? It was Solar.
Was it?
And then Solar brought back Nydus Swarm Host as well, because it went away for a long time.
Do you know the first person to 13-12 into Code S?
Impact.
No. Nope. I took Impact out with it. But maybe.
Probably both answers are correct.
Ooh. Oh. Where did these
7 drones.
Where did these even come from?
8 drones. That's crazy. Okay, back that up. Let's take a look at that again. That's absurd amount of damage. Hold on. Okay, so find them.
Oh, it's the 6.
Oh.
Oh. It's amazing that they found so much.
Oh, okay. So this is what's happening, right? Did the Oracles get a couple kills at this base? I think they started with a couple kills, and then so there's 5 from these 2. That's sick, though.
6 and 3, yeah. Well, that's Lings too, but yeah. So this is a similar game to the other game. Interesting. I saw some lag when I was clicking.
Who's
on
that a
links.
picture of on the Nexus?
Someone in the dev team, I guess. That's what I've heard.
I think it's the artist.
It might be the artist, yes. So, It doesn't look too different from the games he went the Adept. I think he went Archon drop, right, with that? We didn't see an Archon drop this game, did we?
Yes, it was Archon drop that game on Triton.
So there's a pretty wide range of like builds that he has too. I love this positioning. This is really good. Like banelings can roll in from one position. You can't split them. You're not trapping your units. Like this is very, very comfortable.
So that is a big gateway explosion.
Good way to observe this game.
Is he going to hit a push? Oh, okay. Here comes the Swarm Host. Get out of here!
You see how the lings are just going in different directions?
Love it.
It's funny.
And then they turn around as the Oracles turn around, then turn around when they run into the Oracles again.
So this is the game I said that you could take away the name tag, and it felt very stats-esque. So we'll see how it looks further on. So far, I mean, you saw the Adepts and the Oracle stuff, and it all kind of hit the mark. So we'll see if you agree with me after this game.
You see how he put his Nydus right there to try to launch for units in the main base? Good play.
Yeah, good play.
Good play.
Do you like this Nydus where he throws it down underneath the Phoenix?
Yeah. Then he throws it as far from the Oracles as he can.
Right. And then the army walks over because it's over here. And it kills the Nydus. And then...
Good plays. He's like, all right, somewhere in between. This one will work.
And the army walks over and kills this one.
Good stuff. Good catches. Good catches. Blink Disruptor. I like that the fact that he caught like the first 4 Nyduses is so good.
Yeah.
There's like no value has been gained yet from Solar.
And he gets another one.
Look at that. What is... What am I looking at right now? Astrea is just wrecking it. I'm surprised that he brought anything out the Nydus. I thought he was just going to run away to the north.
It's not an impressive game, right? Like, it really does feel like stats-esque to me.
Yeah,
so far.
yeah. Well, the way he's roaming and killing it all, and it does feel that way, too, because it's a little bit more of a passive approach. He's just trying to swat everything down.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like this game so far. I mean, this was, like, the most beautiful opening for you, right? Like, killing all those Nyduses and not having any aggressive swarm
he's doing it, like, very amazingly, but I'm excited to see what the next part of the plan is, basically. Like, when he decides to move. Ooh,
nice hit there.
That was good.
So even though these, I mean, I guess trading Zealots for it's not great, but it's better than losing a Nexus. And also, like, the closest swarm or Nydus is here so far, you know? Like, this is just great. He just has Zealots everywhere.
Yeah.
Taking a Nexus, the 4th Nexus. Like, Swarmhost Nydus is really, for the amount of, like, play it gets, it's not very good unless you hit all those, like, Nydus swarms and you're actually able to do stuff. Like, if Astrea is able to take its 4th base, keep his main Nexus, and keep shutting this down, it's laughably bad. Oh!
Yeah, if you keep blocking it really well, because the army, the Zerg army doesn't really scale at all. Whereas the Protoss army, if you're actually like dealing with it all, you're getting like more and more powerful as the game goes on. So there should be a moment where you're like, okay, get out of here.
Especially because Solar feels like he's playing a really aggressive style. Like, look at how many drones, 66 drones, no hive.
Well, you can tell he knows he's in trouble. The way that he's getting into Banes right now, he's just like, okay, let's get this army.
Yes,
which, like, when you go Ling Bane Roach Ravager, and that's like gonna be your maxed army.
Yeah.
Ooh, I heard that Archons beats that.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so let's see. But the thing is, I think it's a smart move from Solar because everything's gone wrong for him so far.
Yeah.
Like, Astrea has really gotten ahead.
It just feels bad, you know?
Yeah, no, his army is... It's kind of garbage, but he's given himself an opportunity with it, you know?
Yeah.
Not into that Archon wall you have it, though. Jeez.
Yeah, this looks a little bit better than it should be because of the Swarm Host, but any even trades are so sick for Astrea right now.
Yeah, absolutely. It feels unjust how well Solar did there with that, but like, no, this is, you're right, it's good for Astrea.
Still up in workers. And
I think you just have to really focus on getting a lot of Archons out right now.
Yeah.
That's really, really the big key.
I think shooting the balls preemptive is really important too.
Yes.
Like, you can't wait for the army to be here and then do it. You need
yeah.
to do it way
well,
in
the
advance.
disruptors don't do anything quick enough to. Like, you should just kind of poke in and shoot them out, in my opinion.
Oh my god.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, that was a pretty sloppy engage.
I just feel like there was not quite enough Archons there.
And it still goes kind of okay. like I said, it's even supply, so still don't feel that bad. But
Well, even supply, and it's a... Well, the thing is, the Banelings make up for the supply inefficiency of the Roaches in a lot of ways. So the actual fighting power is pretty strong.
yeah, the problem is that the army has no future.
Yes.
Like, this is an
yes.
all-in, almost an all-in off 4 bases.
Well,
which
it's
is weird.
hilarious because you're kind of right. Oh, he's actually only 65 drones. I thought we were going to see like 75.
Yeah, if this was 80 or 75 drones, totally different game, I think. Or in like a hive with 80 drones, then, man, is it different.
Yeah, we'd probably see more Banelings hitting bases and stuff, I think, in that situation.
Yeah, and more static
thing is,
defense.
you
Like,
can't
look at the
even-
static defense here.
It's hard to even do that because you have so much supply actually tied up in Stormhosts as well. It's such a wonky army here from Solar.
I love the staggering disruptors just waiting. It's amazing. Well, I guess it makes sense that Solar wants to engage so heavily because I was like, it's amazing how far he's reaching off of creep with his army, but he kind of has to, especially if there was Storm on the way. I'm kind of disappointed in Astraea not getting it quicker.
Storm?
Yeah,
are
Storm
you gonna do
feels
with
like it'd be
Storm?
sick. Well, Bling Bane is pretty shit
No.
against Storm.
No, that's not true.
Okay.
All that Storm does against Banelings is it makes them damaged as they roll into you.
Yeah.
I don't care if they're full health or damaged when they blow up on my army, to
you
be
get a
honest.
ton of-
In
you get
fact,
a
I
ton
feel
of positioning
stupid when
with
they're
it.
damaged and they blow up on my army because then I'm like, wow, I wasted damage. Okay?
You just
So-
back and Storm a couple times.
Dude, no. Make more Archons. When you're
can
playing
do that
against this
too.
style, I think it's so... Like, you just need a lot of Archons.
You can do both. Templar turn
Look,
into Archons. I don't know. I like it for positioning purposes. You'll never have an army like explode onto you like that if you have storms while they're coming up. It feels like though it will be really hard to control with the lib or disruptors as well. I guess it's kind of one or the other to some extent.
Archon Disruptor, I think, is just a very good combo together.
Good,
Like,
it's
you
amazing.
can't, normally what you'll see, right, is a big group of units run up and attack an Archon. And then against Disruptors, you want things like Lings that get in on top of everything, but the Archons protect against that. So
It doesn't.
I feel
Storm
like
feels
that
really
is-
good against this army.
It's not bad, okay? It's not like,
Oh look, Storm.
yeah, it is not bad, but I think that what you need to do first is focus on getting your Archon count up. Like, you have to have a certain amount of Archons at the whole time. Like, the one time that his army really kind of got busted, he had 2 Archons in it.
True.
Every other
And
time
they
where he has
died
a
and
bunch
then
of
it was just
Archons,
nothing.
like,
Yeah.
the army will come in and he'll lose a chunk of Archons, but he actually trades well. You have to just keep refilling the Archons. Maybe if you're sitting around with like, look, that's a really healthy amount of 8 Archons. That's quality right there. Then maybe you can fit in Storm, but if you don't have that base, I think that it's pointless to get Storm.
Whoops. Sorry. Yeah, I agree. I just think Storm is a natural progression, especially against an army like this. This feels like such an army that wants to engage you constantly. If you just keep storming it as it comes towards you, it feels so much better than having no Storm and no potential to kind of.
No. Storm is
Slow
great.
him.
Storm is great. It's just, I think that, in my opinion, the priority just has to be on keeping a high Archon count.
Yeah, I agree. Especially against an army like this.
Look at this spread, for instance. Look at this. This is
Oh.
insanity. Oh, I love that disruptor shot.
That is a sick
That,
disruptor shot.
oh my god, let's slow this down. All right, go. Oh, so nice. I thought he was going to get 2 more, but still.
Yeah.
If he did not have 8 Archons here,
Yeah, he'd be dead.
his whole army would have been gone already. The
I agree.
entire army would be gone.
I mean, yeah. Like, look at how well they trade. Even when you
Yeah.
lose a bunch of Archons, but you're trading for every
Yeah,
building.
yeah.
totally worth.
Well, that's how it goes. It's like the Archons, they keep you in the game. Like he would have been dead
Yeah.
without 8 of them. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, he had a little bit of harassment going on during the same time. Beautiful. That was a good game.
That was a good
You're right.
game.
I mean, that looked very, very strong. Oh, okay. Next game.
Yeah, Disruptor, Templar do the same job. Kind of awkward to have both, but definitely possible. I agree. They kind of do, but I think it's a little bit harder to hit your Disruptor ball on Banelings than a Storm.
Yes, that's
just
for
how
sure.
I feel. And I feel like it's like a really big safety net if you actually get Storm up, where you're like, if he does explode onto me, like I can Storm a bunch of times and probably trade. But you do need the Archons. If it's one or the other, it's always going to be the Archons.
Yes, yes. Against that type of army, like there's certainly different situations where you want High Templars and not Archons. Like if you're playing Roach Hydra or something, it's Archons suck against that. But the Disruptor play works pretty well against those, and I think that Archons go so well with Disruptors that if you like this type of Robo style, like if you're a 2 Robo type of guy like Astrea is, I think the Archon, like Storm should be a later game spell at that point.
Was the Fleet Beacon for what we were kind of discussing before? I saw you added on the Fleet Beacon when the game was ending. Were you going to add on carriers slowly, like we were saying, or were we going to do like an explosion of carriers, or what was your plan with it? We'd like to hear. So that was the game I saw, like that he showed me the first game, because I was like, I asked him to give me like a preview of the series. It was quite a sick game.
Yeah, quite a good game there.
Carriers eventually was the plan. Okay. I like it.
Yeah. And I think you don't even need to do it fast. Again, it's so much about just making sure you have enough to not die to their silly composition. And it is a silly composition.
Yeah.
It's like, he tried to go Stormhost, it didn't work. He went into Banes because it's like, well, if they screw up at all.
Yeah. He's trying to rob
It's
you of
very
multiple
punishing.
points in this game.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
yeah.
5 Nyduses went down, they all failed. He's like, all right, Banelings it is.
Baneling speed,
in.
let's do it.
Yeah. It's like, how about +2? Nah. You've seen the Drake meme where it's like +2 and a hive? No.
Yeah. Well, the Swarm hosts don't scale into that anyways, so it makes sense. Like, the thing is, I think that Solar played it well. He got outplayed with that type of strategy. Astrea just knew what to do and did it.
Yeah.
And the only time that I think he actually made a big mistake that game was that one moment on Creep where he had like the 2 Archons and lost his army.
Right.
Because he lost like 3 Immortals there. And
I think that
like,
might have been like one of the first engages with Banelings too, where he might not have expected how many Banelings it was.
I think it was the second one with Banelings,
Might have
actually.
been.
Yeah.
But
Which
even
is
so,
why
yeah.
I think it was like truly a mistake. But anyways, it was a good game. It was a very good game.
It's possible he thought without Bane speed he'd be safe too. Like he thought he might be able to hit a timing when without Bane speed can never really catch you off Creep. But there was a ton of Lings too, and there was just not enough Archons.
All right, so what do we have going on here? Just a push?
Looks like it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like
Prisms
one of those,
coming, more gates finishing.
This is like one of those like check pushes, making sure you're not building 90 drones and nothing else.
Yeah.
Usually you can just get this out with a recall at any point, unless you really mess up.
Yeah, no, he should be fine. He has quite a few gates, though, so it seems serious. All right, let's slow it a little
It is
bit.
quite serious with 45 probe.
All right, let's look. Yeah, 45 probes, 62 drones, 6 Templar. Sentries.
This is quite a big commitment, actually. Much bigger than I thought.
Huh. Well, he's got the 3rd Nexus up, but it's a placeholder Nexus. Yeah, he's got to get something done here. I think he's going to break the 3rd, though. Realistically?
I kind of like it, especially following up the second game, or the first game, with this. I quite like it. Though this is going to be really hard to break. I mean, this is a decent amount of Queens, decent amount of Ravagers. We'll see. I mean, force fields are going to be big here. Oh, not great force field so far.
No, certainly not. Oh. Oof.
Oh! If this was Raynor, this Prism would be dead.
That is true.
Somehow.
It would have been 3 Ravagers. That's how.
3 Ravager hit squad.
Huh. Look at that. You know, I think what happened here was that Ling flank was very, very good. He threw down 3 force fields immediately there that he actually needed. And he lost like just a little bit too much before he like broke the army.
The original force fields too.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. We only got 1 queen with that.
Yeah, like
Seems like Solar just out-microed him a little bit.
I think this is a bit of a mistake from Solar.
Oh, coming up this far?
Yeah. Yeah, seems like a really big mistake. Like even if unless he gets that prism. Does he get it? No. Oh, he does.
Oh.
I mean, still, if this feels really bad because queens are so slow off creep. Unless he went without the queens. Like, it's turning out okay, but this is like one of the ways where, like, how can I possibly lose this game? Is it by letting him warp in more and then running into Ravagers with Spines? Probably not. Is it going off of creep with Ravagers and Queens? Now, that would be really bad if it started spiraling out of control and we keep warping in. Like, there's, like, almost no way you will lose unless you just lose a big fight off creep. I mean, he got the Prism. Imagine if he didn't get the Prism, how devastating that would have been.
That would have been painful if the Prism was still here.
Yeah.
Like
he did get it.
But overall he kind of out-controlled. The link flank was very clean, very nice. That first set of force fields, if he had caught 2 more units in there, that would have been huge.
Yeah.
It's crazy how these very small things that occur is just like, oh, oops. I guess the game's over at this point.
Yeah. I do really like the decision to do that build, though.
Yeah, no, I think it's
really
you need to mix something like that in.
Yeah, it's a really good mix.
You're playing a best of 5, absolutely.
And you don't feel too bad going down in this game. I think after your first game was pretty solid. If I took away the name tag, what Protoss would you say this was?
This Protoss, this could be any Protoss on Earth.
That's what I was thinking.
It is Sentry push, and then into... I think that going into Disruptors is smart here, because you're behind and you know it, and you need... They're like a comeback unit in a situation like this. But yeah, this could be any Protoss on Earth.
Literally anybody. Gold League and below.
Actually anybody. The only person it just absolutely could not be probably is Parting.
Really?
Yeah, I think Parting's execution of builds like this is just above everyone else's for the most part.
I agree with you.
So, probably not Hero either.
Hero probably would have killed him.
I think Hero and Parting both win right there against Solar because they're so good at that.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, anyone else though, Diamond and up.
That's funny. I agree.
Yeah. Like, actually, that was my replay, Jake. How'd you like that, man? Yeah, I couldn't kill Solar with my all-in.
Was close, man. Okay, so currently 1-1.
This is the map we had the crazy game against Rogue on.
Yeah, this map feels pretty good, I think, for almost all the races.
It's a pretty decent map.
Feels like a pretty decent map.
I don't know. I'm sure Terran players complain about it. Huh?
I killed stats on this map.
Oh, yeah.
In Nation Wars.
Yeah. Saw those games. Good stuff.
We did an in-depth on those games, didn't we? Kinda. Or that might have been the Patreon-only episode. I don't remember.
It might have been.
There's some Patreon-only stuff in the works. By the way, guys, if you want to support the Patreon, feel free to.
Patreon.com/indepthsc2.
How many adepts does he make this game? 2. Did he lose
this
adepts?
is very, very standard normal stuff. Huh?
I like the amount of adepts he's been making. Okay, he made 6 again. It's
Oh,
really...
wait. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was like, did he skip his High Templars? But I guess he made them a little bit before.
So this is like the same game as against Rogue. I like the adept play, honestly. I kind of wish more people would utilize like adept stuff because even if I deal with it and it kills a couple drones, it's so annoying. Like,
yeah.
I had to build units. I had to be on my side of the map. I had to respect it. It could have been an adept glaive push or something.
Yeah, I think adept pressure is very undervalued right now. It's like the thing that has made me fascinated. A lot of the things that I really like right now. I feel like I learned a lot of stuff just studying a lot of Alpha Star replays. We're going to have to go over some of those on the show.
I would love to.
Because there's some really interesting things that it does that I'd love to show you and talk about. Like, it always makes tons of adepts early game and just harasses the hell out of them. It's like, yeah, these aren't going to scale. I can just lose them. It's whatever. Just harass with them. But I think it's really strong because either you're forcing units or you're killing drones. And sometimes you're doing both. And it's like, wow, that's... really good. You get your third up, you get tech up.
It's like a skill check too for weaker players because if you're playing on a lower level, not very top of the top, people can just die.
They die all the time, dude. On my low ass ladder account, I make 2 adepts. I get like 6 drones sometimes. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I've done that too. Where my first 2 adepts go across the map, and I'm like, how do these even kill anything?
Yeah,
you play like ladder on StarCraft 2. I'm sure you've hit adepts before. Do you just always lose 10 drones? Like that feels really bad. Okay, so yeah, it's amazing like how many workers he's already killed. And there's this is a bit bad though.
Yeah, he missed one warp in of a High Templar, which is really painful here.
Yeah, like this is so much better if it's 2 Archons here.
It is like imagine if he has 2 Archons and he's Adepts attacking right now.
Yeah, this would be sick. Could almost
Clears
end
that.
the game. Yeah,
It just clears it in seconds. This is a huge amount of time though to wait for that Archon.
I agree.
It's painful.
Love when Zergs do this.
You love it?
Yeah, just can't be bothered with like waiting until the upgrade finishes.
Mm.
Just queue it up. Where's the prism? Okay.
This
is still
a little
sick
bit
trades.
off
I
on
like
the
this.
micro, but yeah.
Especially if the Archons were chasing down the Lings. I mean, this is
I always
good stuff.
like these attacks where you have a few ground units in with the Archons.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny because it's like a half Zest is what we'll
Yeah.
call it, a half Zest. Because Zest will do this with charge almost every game, you know?
Yeah. Like, look at how many drones are still being killed. 7 drones.
Yeah. Plus,
think
you're forcing these units, and realistically, he shouldn't have lost the Archon. He's
Yeah,
like,
he could've
I think
had
he's
2 Archons
microing
here.
against maybe these Lings right now or something. So imagine if he still has both the Archons here.
See, yeah,
What
I
an
agree.
advantage.
It would be really good.
And it's still an advantage, I think, too.
Look at the worker count, 71 to 58, and Rogue has to, or Solar has to build units. Like, if he doesn't build units here, he just gets rolled over by, like, a continued warp in.
Look at that, 58 drones only against 71 probes. That's quality.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, it just feels so bad. And look at all the roaches. Some Zerg players panic, too. I've been in, like, panic mode so many times when I see a push like that. I'm like, oh, God, it's like an 8 gate or something. And then I'll just, like, mass roaches, and then I'll push it back, and I'll be like, shit, he's got, like, double robo at home. I'm like,
I think
what do I do with all these
single
roaches?
this time? Yeah. it's
Yeah, he
single.
did, but I'm just saying, like,
No,
it's
totally,
happened to me
totally.
before where I'll run into double robo with all these roaches that I had to make because I thought I was getting 8-gated.
I personally, because of that, I love going double robo behind things that are pressures like that, because then they make a bunch of roaches, they come across, you have 2 immortals, 2 more making, and it's like,
Yep.
oh, get out of here.
Well, these boys are ambitious. Okay. Indecisive, that's okay.
We're not sure what they're up to. Those were scouting lurkers.
Scouting lurkers. It's like revealing it. Like, look, I got lurkers, and you run back home.
You better start countering these.
How sick would it be if you build 2 lurkers and run them across and, like, let them see it, and then just go, like, Lingbane? Like, never make a lurker
brilliant.
again. Just go Lingbane Hydra.
All these disruptors walk across the map, you're like, ha
Got him. He makes a ton of Archons. You're like, shit. How did he know? I was going to say, I really wish Astrea would never go out without a prism, because I've seen him move out with without prisms for a lot of his pushes. And it just feels like that if he had that last kick, you know, he'd win the game a lot of the time. Let's see if it's true this time. Okay, here's that kick I was talking about. Oh,
Not quite. Those lurkers were really well placed.
yeah,
Really well placed. That was a great engagement that Solar took right there.
agreed. Oh. Oh, this is so annoying.
Oh, that disruptor.
It's like
Right.
it's like the Zerg player's Liberator, but it's cloaked too.
Very true. But you can't just shift queue it from home
Well,
to do its
you
job.
kind of can. It's close.
Well, no,
You
you
can
got
shift
you
keep
got to go
dropping
click
it.
it again.
You gotta click it twice, but it's
Yeah.
invisible, so I'll take that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll take the set it up from home and then do 4 other things at the same
That's
moment
also
that it
good.
hits.
The problem is with Zerg is you're like, I'm gonna do a Terran thing and shift it and then like attack in different positions. They're just gonna like disruptor ball here, disruptor ball here. Okay, I'm losing probes here. Like this is the only thing that actually does anything, you know? If it's Terran, it's like this base is dead, and there's a drop in my base.
Yeah.
And also all my probes are dead as well.
It's very true.
But at least I'm maxed. And then you push across the map and storm them and you win. And then the Terran player gets up a BattleNet thread.
We have a bunch of stuck Archons at the 3rd base.
Those are what I like to call defensive Archons.
Yeah.
Because they're stuck there forever now. Good luck Ling run buying this base. Oof. I remember I played a Brood War game when I was a kid. and someone was making fun of me for having a Dragoon stuck between 2 gateways, and I said it was a defensive Dragoon. And he laughed at me. I didn't understand why.
Because he knew you were full of it.
It's funny how that game sticks out in my memory. I was like 7.
I have a similar memory where I was playing this kid and he had a Dragoon stuck in between his gateways. I made fun of him. He said it was defensive. And I just laughed at him.
Nice.
What a bimbo. Ooh.
See, I actually felt like Astrea was supposed to win this game for a long time, and then he lost like momentum.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like that one single lurker drop like really brought him back.
Yeah, he was not mining for a really long time at that point. 3 Archons got stuck. Things just... And the thing is, when you're playing against a lot of lurkers, it takes a long time to attack as Protoss. Like, to actually break the position correctly is so hard. Because otherwise, if you attack move, it's like theoretically Astrea could eventually break this type of stuff with disruptor play and everything, but
Yeah.
when you actually have to attack in...
When he's in this position, like, if he has to wait until this Nexus dies, too, he's already dead, you know? Like, he has to go for it before that Nexus dies, and it really puts a strain on, like, the ability to plan out the engagement.
Yeah. Bit painful.
Ooh, 6-minute game. I'm interested.
This is how we're coming back. It's a cannon rush.
Well, it has to be, right? Because it's 2-1 for Solar now.
Yeah, and it has to be a win in under 7 minutes, so let's
that.
see the dirt. What?
And before it was not. It's not even like an early pull from Solar. I wonder. It's like the same Immortal Synergy push, but it works this time.
Yeah, I guess so.
Or it could be a glaive all in. No, this is weird. So standard opening right now. Okay, what do we got? Why are these adepts doing so much? Do we just not care? It's a lot of links.
I don't know.
It's like I built all these links to deal with the adepts, but I didn't want to show them.
Maybe he thinks they're going to come back, and he's... he might have been looking to break through or something. Cancel a third.
Let's play the game. How does this game end in 2 minutes?
Okay, how does it... Oh, I know how. I know how. Ling Bane all in fails. He doesn't have enough gas. Damn.
Although 2 overlords now.
You know what? Maybe the Oracle flies in, gets a bunch of kills.
Drones.
Maybe he just loses a bunch of drones and rage
Just
quits.
leaves?
Yeah. Let's see it. That has to be it, right? There's no other way for this game to end in Astrea's favor quickly.
It's true. Like, he's even building probes now.
Yeah.
At 45. Like, this is almost the cutoff for our 2-base timing. It has to be an aggression. Okay, there's a Roach one.
Watch, he's going to kill every drone.
I think it's a Roach Sling all in.
Oh, you think so? Yeah, maybe that's... I know that Solar's going to just leave the game.
Yeah.
Like, Astrea's not going to force him out. He's just going to be like, all right, this isn't working.
There's no lair either. This has to be Roach Sling.
Yeah, okay, there it is. 42 drones.
Is this even good?
No.
Do you think this is good?
I don't think so. Like,
Wait, he went
how many
he went
queens
from
is he
no,
bringing?
like, solid no, and then I said, you sure? And he's like, I don't think so. Went from, like, a very solid no to an I don't think so.
Yeah. Well...
Oh, wow, that's a lot of
with
oracles.
4 oracles, it's complete hot garbage.
And a second Stargate.
Yeah, no, this is... That's a good
Wait,
counter.
was the plan to go, like, double Stargate Oracle here?
No, I think that he scouted what was going on.
Where's V? Am I pressing V?
Yeah. If you see a situation like this, you can just make oracles and kill your opponent.
No, you have 100%.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if this was the plan before.
No, I don't think so.
Like,
I
what
think
did
he saw no layer, and he's like, okay, this is...
I just want to go back. Let's just go back and follow his camera, because we know what it's...
Well, I saw him swoop in towards the main.
Okay, so it's 2... There's okay, even now he's already decided to go oracles. Okay, the third oracle's in production now. Okay, so at this point, this is the second oracle, which is very standard. So if he starts a third oracle here, he actually didn't scout anything.
No,
He
3
just-
oracles is okay.
It is. It's okay. I'm just wondering if this was like already the decision to go mass oracle. 3 oracles at this position. He hasn't attacked out yet with them. He hasn't seen anything. Like you wouldn't expect an all in. He's still building probes, so we know it's not an all or like a scouted all in.
Okay, let's see.
If
Is
he
it
builds
about-
okay, now he's building another oracle.
Oh.
So he actually is just before anything building oracles.
Yeah, he didn't really have that much intel for the 4th oracle, which again, I'm excited to go over some Alpha Star stuff with you because Alpha Star goes 4 oracle every game.
That's sick.
I mean, this is interesting. This actually looks similar to an Alpha Star game, except these adepts would be across the map already.
Glory to the Daylon.
All right, give me.
Go. All right, let's plus this up to the attack. Here it comes. Wait, slow. Yep. Here we go.
Okay, so he knows it's coming for sure now. Look at this. This is like
It's already held. It's already held.
It is actually.
This game's over.
He probably could do it with just the adepts.
He might.
He might be able to
not
do it.
quite. Not
with
quite.
3 batteries?
If he attacks there, but I mean, you'd move when you see 3 batteries.
Do you think Solar already knows?
No, when he sees the 4 oracles, he probably just
leaves?
leaves.
Yeah.
Probably punches his keyboard on his way out. 5 oracles. He's like, what? It's like, all right,
Look at these
Haas. Like, what are you doing? Why do you have this many oracles?
He got biled too. Oh, and then he fights into the shield batteries.
Oh, boy.
Look at how little these oracles. Yeah, I mean, damn.
Well, now they're fighting, and so it's like...
You just click on the Ravagers and they disappear.
Wrecked. All right,
So,
let's jump in the last
That was
one.
like a perfect build order counter.
Yes, he countered that so hard. I'm wondering why he did that exactly, but that's really interesting because it looked very much like the way that Alpha Star likes to play.
I think Max is a fan of Alpha Star.
Maybe. Maybe. By the way, he owes me a bubble tea.
He does. He knows he does.
Yeah, he better know. I'm coming down to your house soon. I'm collecting. Bubble tea or break the knees.
That's a good saying. All right. So this map is like the proper memes because
Yeah.
I love this, by the way. This is so great for me as a Zerg player. You know, I've figured out that if you just Baneling
Except
all in
when you
people,
get cannoned.
except for when I get cannoned, if I just Baneling all in on this map, I just run the Banelings into this pylon.
Yeah.
It just works. Like, because you have to build a pylon here.
Joke's on you that I wall that choke. I just leave the other one open.
Well, I'll just walk in then. But yeah, you got me then. Okay. So, 12-minute game. It's currently 2-2. If you're Astraea, you're feeling good.
Yeah.
Feeling good.
Well, this is the finals.
Oh,
For
that's
sure.
annoying. That's
Yeah. This
quite-
map is so funny. I love the look of it, though.
Yeah. Did they make it so that you can't wall with your command center
Yeah.
still, right?
Yeah.
I immediately tweeted, guys, this isn't a mistake, you know. Terrans are not supposed to wall with their command centers here. You should build it up here somewhere.
Well, you can't wall with your command center there.
No, you're not
It would be
supposed
the
to. They're
weirdest,
saying that it's
ugliest
a bug.
wall ever. It's not a bug. This is how the map is made.
That's what I said
Yeah.
on Twitter.
Well, maybe the map maker didn't think, like, I'm going to stop them from this. But it's like, well, yeah, sometimes you have to wall with different buildings. Sorry.
I like Astrea's like way to play this map where you just wall this off and take this space.
Yeah, that is cool, isn't it?
I think most people would take this and just build something here.
Well, this allows them to take that pocket nexus. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, your army putting here
Okay,
is a
so-
little weird, but
Hold on. 4 Oracle again. I love it. I love it.
so he didn't actually get to do what he wanted to do the first time. So now we're going to see what he was trying to do. 6 workers are killed.
Well, when you get this many Oracles and you're playing against a Roach guy, and, like, Roach guy's going to Swarm Host a lot. And if your opponent doesn't know if you're going up to 4 Oracles...
Oh,
Oh, that didn't work.
that did not.
It was a good try.
was
Like,
a
I
good
see what he was trying.
It's a good try. Then he builds the Phoenix. He's like, damn. I
Double
should've had that.
Forge.
I
I'm
kinda
always
like
a fan
this.
of Double Forge play.
I think Double Forge behind all these Oracles is really sick, usually.
I think it can be.
Yeah, it can be, I guess. If you just die, that would be really sad. But Oracles against Nydus Swarm Hosts, I like. As long as you can do what he did the first time. Look at the positioning. Can we take a minute to appreciate his vision? Is this the right one? Nope, I always pressed the wrong one. Look at this. Oracle.
Mm.
They're everywhere. He is basically vision on everywhere a Nydus Swarm would
Yeah,
draw.
yeah.
I think he'll spread it out even more. But it's kind of rare that you're going to get a Nydus not seen here.
Double Forge Blink. I like it. I like it.
Look at that. Not even going for the Nydus. Just goes across the
Oh,
map.
that's funny. Well, he knows that. He knows how to stop it. Oh, yeah, that's... Oh, those two force fields are so cute.
Could you imagine if the Locust just turned around and like, oh shit, he's got force fields. Just like backs up.
Yeah. God. His army is so bad right now.
Yeah.
It is just so weak. This was a good move, actually, from Solar to not screw around with Nydus. Just go. Damn. These things are angry. Look at that.
I feel like
There's-
if he had a different army comp. Oh, Blink Stalker's actually quite cool.
Yeah, no, I think his strategy was all right, but Solar just kind of nailed him. Like, look, he's gone over, he's killed a hatchery. He hasn't even controlled the oracles that well because everything's on fire at home.
Yeah.
I like the strategy. Like, it didn't work out this time, but I actually really like the idea.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I think it was executed just a little bit better. It would have been really sick.
Mm.
Also, I think Solar had his number by like not messing around with the Niduses and just went straight across
If
the
he
map.
tried 4 or 5 Niduses, Astrea's
would've-
army, by the time he actually moves across
It's like
the
a
map...
max 200 Stalker army.
Yeah. With 1-1 and stuff. I mean, that's really not bad.
Should have waited for all of them to come down.
Well, this is pretty over at this
Yeah,
point.
I agree.
This is like, you cannot come back with Stalkers here. And the fact that he's even getting pathogen glands and
Also, if he had like
infestors,
a couple stasises like around and he got one stasis off, whew, I feel like the game would be totally different.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a good point.
There
Well, I
was-
don't think you never suspect the frontal attack to occur first.
yeah, true. I definitely didn't expect it. He was looking for the Niduses.
This was cool, though. I liked this one. Like
It
the
shows a lot of
idea behind it.
potential.
Yeah.
And again, it's one of his own playstyles, right?
Mhm.
Which is quite impressive.
Mhm.
It's like if Haas was learning how to macro, we'd expect something like this.
Yeah, maybe. He'd have to micro, too, though.
Well, Haas is good at micro.
Yeah. With Immortals and Prisms.
Look at these. He's ready to abuse
Blink
these map
DTs, I love it.
when behind.
I even like the fact that he's going DT just because everything is terrible for him. So, well, obviously he's about to die as soon as there's an engagement.
Yeah. I love the infestors.
Tries to snipe him. Yeah, he does
He
snipe
actually
him.
gets them, yeah. Just his army is just not good enough at this point. DT Blink Stalker. When he was getting DT Blink, so he was eventually going to have double Blink. You blink in with the Stalkers, kill the Overseers, blink in with the DTs, follow up,
That is the move right
and then
there.
you use the Stalkers as a body blocker so you can't retreat.
Well, the DTs are body blockers themselves.
True. Double body blockers.
Well, this was these were some fun games. Thank you to Astrea for giving us the replays.
Yeah.
Definitely
fun.
Yeah.
I think a lot of potential. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we're going over Astrea's replays after he wins a GSL now.
Wins a GSL.
Against all the Zergs that take out Maru and
Yeah. Well, no, his PvZ is looking pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think he's going to get into a GSL this year. I mean, I don't know what
Has
his
he,
plans
he's
are.
never gotten
but
into one yet?
No.
Nice. So I'm still 2 times better than him.
At least.
At least.
Infinity times.
Technically infinity, yeah.
0 times infinity.
Once
is
he
still
qualifies once, then I'm double as good as him still.
0. Yes. And that means I'm infinity times better as well. And you're only twice as good as me. How sad is that?
That's pretty sad.
All right. Guys, this has been fun. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, I guess we will see you next week. And check out the Patreon if you'd like
Yes.
to support us. Patreon.com/indepthsc2. Anything else?
Nope. Thank you guys for watching.
All right. See y'all later.